Good morning, Dos Pueblos.
If you've been here before, you know what time of the month it is.
For all the new students, welcome to Beyond DP, our monthly magazine show, where we explore stories of people,
businesses,
and beyond.
In today's show, we'll be talking about the Arlington Theatre and its meaningful role in Santa Barbara's culture.
A Santa Barbara restaurant sourcing local ingredients.
A mobile bookstore run by 3 of our very own DP teachers.
And how one hairstylist is changing people's confidence.
So let's jump straight into it.
We're going Beyond DP.
And it
starts
now. To start off today, we are jumping into something not only local, but also historical. The Arlington Theatre brings together the community through the arts, and is also the host of the annual Santa Barbara Film Festival.
Welcome to the Arlington Theatre. Located in Santa Barbara, California, the theater brings together history, culture, and community under the marquee. Originally built in 1931 by Fox West Coast Theaters, the Arlington was brought to life during a time of great reconstruction and cultural influence in the city of Santa Barbara.
It was originally founded to be a movie theater. It was originally built to compete with the Granada down the street. That theater was built first. And so it was mostly movies originally, and then gradually over time started to host more live events.
I think overall, I want audiences to feel inspired to be creative when they come here. I think that was definitely my first impression on my visit at the Arlington, just seeing all of the original architecture and getting to watch movies or be in concerts. It really feels inspiring to engage in my own creativity. And we also really want people to feel nostalgic. And so it's really incredible to kind of engage in that nostalgia with audience members.
The iconic architecture of the theater was very intentional with its design. After an earthquake destroyed much of downtown Santa Barbara in 1925, the city consciously rebuilt with a unified Spanish colonial revival style. The Arlington became a crown jewel of that vision.
I think the Arlington Theatre is historically significant for Santa Barbara because it's such an iconic place. It really stands out. It's very large. There's not many tall buildings in town, and it just has quite an imposing character and has hosted many iconic events over the years, so a lot of people have memories of coming here. I think the theater has mostly adapted over time by what events it hosts rather than how it looks necessarily. I think it's important to keep the style and history alive here.
As such a renowned setting to step foot on stage, the Arlington draws in many of the most popular performers and ceremonies.
The International Film Festival, Santa Barbara International Film Festival, takes place here every year, every February, and we have screenings in the morning, afternoon, and then larger events in the evening, so it's just nonstop all day for 10 days straight, so that's always very exciting with some very big stars.
From films to concerts to setting the stage for international audiences, the theater truly offers a unique experience for everyone.
When the audience just has visible joy on their face, or we can hear laughter or cheering, I think that's the biggest signal to us that we're doing our job correctly. And I think it feels the same for whichever artist comes through our theater. We just really want each of the audience members to have a moment to kind of escape from their day-to-day worries and be able to just fully immerse themselves in whatever experience we're providing at the time.
Today, it's known not just as a historic theater, but as a cultural hub where locals and international visitors come together. Displaying a broader cultural story with a blend of theatrical flair, the Arlington Theatre captures the connection in Santa Barbara and the stories from around the world. Reporting for DP News, this has been Ashton Belding.
The Arlington Theatre is and always will be a historic part of Santa Barbara. Speaking of which, something historic and tasty is coming up next.
O Bakery is a bread bakery that sells traditional Danish cuisine, with fun and unique breads that are sure to make you crave a grilled cheese sandwich or a slice of toast.
A quick trip down Hollister Avenue brings you to a modest storefront with the sign simply marked Oat Bakery. Inside, however, is one of the most unique bread shops in the Santa Barbara area, a place where food, art, and community comes together.
My name name is Louise Fontana, and I own Oat Bakery. We opened in 2017 downtown. That was our first location, and this was our second location. We opened that in 21. Our goal back when we started was just to create a space for the community, and for me to be able to share some family recipes with California, from where I grew up, which is Denmark, and I guess just like create a space with healthy food that brings people together. We've always tried to be different in everything that we do, and we, don't have baguettes on the menu or croissants or traditional sweets or cakes. It's all, very small batch, everything is hand-shaped, pretty much hand-mixed up until a certain point. Healthy, health has always been in focus, and I think that's something that not a lot of bakeries do, where we focus on all the healthy grains and using organic, good produce and flour and so on. So I actually have a background in art. That's how before I was a baker, I was in school for art, and I've been painting my whole life, and in the way that we create recipes and all of our bread, specifically the charcoal sourdough, it's marble black and white inside. It's a really beautiful bread, and it's an art form. Cooking is an art form, so we take that very seriously here. The community has supported us pretty much since before we had a bakery. We sold bread out of our house on Mission Street, and I was baking all day out of our little oven from home, and I had an Instagram, and I was backing out deliveries, and I was driving out deliveries, and from really early on, people just loved our bread, and they asked, hey, how can we help you? We just love the community, and we will want to keep being a place where people feel happy and they want to come and hang out and eat some Danish and Scandinavian food and bread that's different, and we're just grateful to be here and happy happy.
From chocolate bread to unique blends of nuts and seeds to communal ties, Oat Bakery proves to be one of the most unique farm-to-table places in the Santa Barbara area. This has been Xenia Potter and Tyler McCutcheon reporting.
Books are a great way of learning, but sometimes it's hard to find what book you enjoy.
For All Booked Up, it wasn't just learning, but also a new experience through a passion for reading.
3 teachers at DP started their own mobile bookshop to bring in the romance and fantasy book lover community.
Let's get more into depth.
Dos Pueblos high school teachers, Miss Bogatz, Miss Mooneyham, and Miss Block, work to make reading accessible to everyone through their mobile bookstore. But before they had a successful business, it started as just a small idea.
So Miss Block and I would send reels and TikToks to each other about people starting their own bookstores, and we're like, this is so cool. And one day Mrs. Bogatz was at lunch with us next door. We told her about it, and then she texted me later that night saying, how hard could this be? Let's do it. And that's what happened.
All Booked Up quickly went from an idea to a reality with the owner's hard work.
In about a week, we turned it into the store, and then we started working with publishers and stocking the books, and we were open the first week of May.
It literally went from Mrs. Mooneyham and I DMs to real life, and it almost didn't feel real. We were in the bookstore at events, and we're like, wait, this is real now. This is a real thing.
The bookstore was a dream come true for these high school teachers, but it was even more of a dream come true for the community members who benefited from it.
People have been incredibly kind. We've been really surprised by how many people are excited, and people are just rooting for us and really supportive.
The community has had nothing but positive reactions to All Booked Up, which has reconnected so many people with their love of reading.
A lot of people, whenever we're popped up in location, they see this bright pink trailer and they kind of look at it and they're like, what is this? And they'll come in, we'll talk to them. They're like, oh, I haven't read in so long. And so we'll be like, oh, that was us a couple years ago. We love reading now. These are some great books to get you started in reading. Or they'll just look at because we have things other than books in store. And so just having her out there, we call the Taylor. Having Taylor out there is just kind of a way to get people interested and inside. And then we just start talking about books and reading and just life in general. So it definitely has piqued people's interest, and I think gotten some people to just pick up a book again, which is always the goal.
The owners of All Booked Up have always been passionate about inspiring people, whether it's in the classroom or in their bookstore, where they hope to continue to grow the community's love of reading. For DP News, this has been Chloe Miller reporting.
Thank you. Would you like a receipt? Awesome. Have a great day.
Up next, we have a story about the Third Window, where a local business owner is trying to bring back tasty and sustainable cuisine to Santa Barbara.
For 5 years, Third Window Brewing has been serving locally raised burgers and barbecue. But for owner Chris Parker, Third Window represents more than just a brewery and restaurant, it represents the future.
What is Third Window? I don't know. We're a brewery that is related to a Wagyu beef herd that's run by my sister. We have a farm, and trying to be as sustainable and kind of like farm to table as we can. We love the idea of like farm to street food. The sustainability aspect arose organically through 4 generations of people growing up on one ranch.
For Chris, this sustainability is only part of what makes Third Window special.
I think in the grand scheme of things, the thing that makes food special is really where it comes from, the ingredients itself, and then having teams of people who are dedicated to making it as high quality as possible, which means you have to maintain focus like every rep of a cheeseburger, every rep of a pizza.
Despite starting out as a brewery, Third Window's claim to fame arose when Chris discovered the Smash Burger.
And I got into it because for some reason in the pandemic, they said we couldn't be open unless we had an entree. And I discovered a guy named George Motz who has this book called Hamburger America. Technically, the cheeseburger that we made was an Oklahoma-style onion burger.
The best meat we get for sure is coming from the Parker family ranch. People come here from far and wide for the burger. It's a pretty popular burger for good reason.
Although the Smash Burger is popular, issues arose around sourcing its Wagyu beef.
Most of the infrastructure around raising food locally is gone. Those little farms and the infrastructure around them almost completely went away. And now we're in the process of bringing it back now that the industry is kind of coming back from that bankruptcy. But it's really, really fragile here. So I hope people care about it, because it is my dream to like kind of bring it back, or not me personally, but play a role in it coming back, because I think it is really, really important in the grand scheme of things.
Beyond even the successes of the brewery, this dream means something deeper to Chris.
I feel like it gives me meaning. It sounds cheesy, but living out on the ranch, you wake up and you hear a limb fall and you know that you're going to cut it, fill up a truck, bring it down here, cook pizza with it or cook steaks with it. And that tree, like, I grew up on that property. I remember like events of my life happened underneath it. So it just makes you appreciate the like consumption that we all need to stay alive all the time.
This will definitely be on my list of places to try. Last but not least, we have a story about a hair salon that values their clients and their confidence.
In an industry where trends change quickly and competition is constant, one local salon is setting itself apart. Not just with style, but with service.
It's really helpful to make sure that they get what they need and that I feel comfortable doing what I need to do. Sitting down and really talking about what their wants and needs are and listening to them, creating a really strong game plan before just doing their hair.
And with the strategy in place, the stylist steps in as the artist and the real fun begins. Each cut becoming a canvas.
It's like, it's being artistic and getting to play with someone's hair, but it's like wearable art. It's really, and that person gets to wear it every day. And no two heads are the same. You know, your hair is your crown. So if you feel good and your hair feels good, you kind of carry yourself different.
But great art doesn't happen without trust. Meaningful relationships between stylists and customers are also valued.
It is important to me to have a relationship with my hairstylist and for them to, I ask questions. My favorite person that does my hair is here, so that is what's important to me. But this salon is really a relaxing environment, calming.
It's a people job. You really have to enjoy people, and I do. The relationships that you form, too, are really big. That's like the best part.
In the end, it's a blend of skill and connection that transforms a simple haircut into something truly personal. Reporting for DP News, I'm Camila Ronquieto.
I know I need a haircut soon.
Well, that's all for today, DP.
We hope you enjoyed Going Beyond.
Tune in for next month's episode.
And thanks for watching.